Hello Warhammer fans, and welcome to this video. If you're watching this, it's because I'm doing a special video today where I talk about my latest model and see if I can get you guys feedback on exactly whether I've just made the biggest mistake of my life, which is the Norn Emissary, which is the largest unit you can get for the Tyrannid faction of Warhammer 40k. A little bit apprehensive because I buy my models based on one thing and one thing only. And that's how pretty they look, and I'm a bit nervous because obviously I picked that solely because of how freaking cool it looks. I'll put a picture of it up on there because I haven't built mine yet, but I really wanted to look at the stats of it, if that's okay. I've got them here on a datasheet, so if I look over to the side of me, it's only because I'm reading off this. We can have a look and see if this is actually a decent unit for the army. We all know Tyrannids, they go down quite easily. They're not the strongest in the world. It's all about sort of safety in numbers. You just hormagaunts and just tons and tons of things. You just throw mass at the army until they start to penetrate through, you know. But in the case of this, I mean, this is a very impressive creature. I'm very impressed, I must admit. I'll pop the data sheet here so you can sort of read it and see it and see what you guys think. But yeah, let's start by looking at its movements. So it's got a 10-inch movement, which is actually quite big. I can imagine that it would get up the board quite quickly with that, and I'm finding that quite useful because yeah, there's a lot of the larger units that are a bit slower in the Tyrannid army. So yeah, a 10-inch move, I think that's pretty good, don't you? Its toughness is 11 and it can save on +2s, which I think is pretty cool. Its wounds, got 16 wounds, which is pretty tough actually for a Tyrannid. If I think Gazgulthrak got 12, and the wonderful Mortarion, I think he has something like, I think he has 16. I think he has 6. So this thing is as tough as Mortarion. That's pretty impressive if if you ask me. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. So there you go, let's put it there. There's two different models. There's the Norn Assimilator and there is the Norn Emissary. I'll put them here for you. I'm liking the look of the Assimilator more in terms of its face. I just think it looks pretty cool. I do like the Emissary though. It feels like it has a lot more psychic moves to it. Let's look at those now. So it has 3 ranged attacks and then it has 2 melee attacks. That's the Norn Emissary. So it's got Neuroparasite, which has an 18-inch range, 2 attacks, +2s to hit, strength 8, AP -2, and a D3 damage. Whoa, that's strong. That is insanely strong. That is crazy. Can it use like more than one of these? It's got a Neuroblast, which has again 18-inch range, 2d6 damage. Attacks, sorry, 2d6 damage. You could have 12 attacks with this. +2s to hit. As opposed to, sorry, I have a fly flying around my head. I'm sorry, fuck off. With the orcs, it's like +5s to hit. That fly's pissing me off. I'm gonna have to kill it in a second with fire. It has 6 strength, -2 AP, and 1 damage. So that's the Neuroblast. So you could do 12 damage with that. +2s to hit. That's crazy. And then it's got the Neurolance, which is another psychic attack, 18 inches, 2 attacks, +2s to hit. Strength is 12, AP is -3. My god, that's strong. And a D6 damage. That's crazy. You could do some serious hurt with this thing. And then if it actually gets into close quarters, it can either do 6 attacks with its sharp claws, 2+ hits, strength 9, AP -2, damage 3. God, that's cutting some stuff up. 6 attacks, man. So if you think you have an army of Terminators around it, it could in theory 6 attacks, 3 damage. That's 18 damage, and they're like 3 wounds, I think, for a Terminator. So that's like 50. You could kill an entire squadron of Terminators with this one attack. And then it's got Rending Claws, which is extra attacks, which has 4 attacks, plus 2s to hit, strength 7, AP -2, damage is 2. That thing is horrendously powerful, but it hasn't finished yet, because it also has its abilities. It has something called Singular Purpose, which at the start of the first battle round, choose one of the following. Choose one enemy unit until the end of the battle each time this model makes an attack that targets this enemy unit. You can re-roll the hit roll, and you can re-roll the wound roll. So you could literally just single... And I don't think there's a distance on that. Fuck off! Pissing me off now. Choose an objective marker until the end of the battle. As long as the model is within range of that objective marker, it has the Feel No Pain 5+ ability as an objective control characteristic of 15. That's insane. Supernatural resistance and Feel No Pain 4+ against mortal wounds. So it has an invulnerable save of 4+. So that's why I'm picking the Norn Emissary. I think it's got some serious... But let's have a look. Let's have a look at the Norn Assimilator. I'll bring it up on the screen now. Sorry guys, I've got a sniff. Wounds, so it can move 10 inches. Its toughness is 11. It does 2+. So everything else is the same. Yep. Ranged weapons. It only has one, which is Toxic Harpoons. 12 inches. 12. I can't see why this... Oh, I get it. Okay, so it's a harpoon weapon. So if you were fighting against an army of ships or planes, this thing would be powerful, because it would be able to bring down planes, because it restricts their movement. So ranged is 12 inches, attacks 2, 2s to hit, strength is 12, AP is -3, and damage is D6 + 1. D6 + 1, so you could get 7 wounds out of this attack. That is pretty good. And then it has its monstrous sharp claws, which has 6 attacks or 4 attacks for its toxic harpoons. It's a no-brainer to go for the Norn Emissary. It's a no-brainer to go for this guy. He's just so much more dangerous on the battlefield. I feel that that's going to be a cheaper model. That's crazy. At the start of the first battle, yeah, you can still do the same thing, Singular Purpose. But you have this barbed harpoons. Once per round, when an enemy unit is when an enemy unit in engagement range of this model is chosen to fall back, roll 1d6. On a 2+, that enemy unit suffers d6 mortal wounds. So yeah, on a 2+. Wait, whoa, hang on. Once per round, when an enemy unit is in engagement range of this model is chosen to fall back. So if you beat the daylights out of something and it has to retreat, you can then roll 1d6, and on a 2+, the enemy suffers d6 mortal wounds. God, that is powerful. Okay, this guy is really strong. Do you think so? I'm actually really impressed with this thing. I think it's really powerful. I'm still thinking the Norn Emissary. I mean, put it in the comments, guys, what you think. But I'm genuine. I really think the Norn Emissary. Yeah, I'm thinking that's the best one. It's just got those 3 ranged weapons. It's got that sharp claws, and it's just, yeah. Yeah. Wow. It is capped. It does have. It does get bracketed as well. So it gets to between 1 and 5 wounds, and for each attack subtract 1 from the hit roll. So, you know, but you really got it. It can tank a lot. I mean, it's got 16 wounds. Its toughness is 11. Can save on 2+. This is gonna be a beast to beat. I'm really happy I bought this now. I'm really happy. Yeah. But there you go. I enjoyed that. I just wanted to go through that. What do you guys think? Do you think this is a good model? Do you think I picked wisely, picking the Tyranids? I think their models are beautiful. I think they are really cool. I love them ages ago, but I'm a little bit of a, what's the word? I'm a bit shallow. I like the look of things. I like them to look cool, and yeah, I've got a friend who's more to do with functionality, so he likes the model to be functional and have all the, you know, he'll buy anything. It could look as ugly as sin as long as it's good on the battlefield. Mine has to look pretty. I can't have an ugly model, and this is definitely not an ugly model. Look at that bad boy. He's a cool dude. He's massive as well. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me on this video. I've enjoyed that. I also want to talk about making the perfect orc army. I've got a bunch of models I still need to paint, and I need your opinions on baking. Let's bake them. Let's bake some orcs. Lovely. This is probably what the salamanders would say. Let's bake some orcs, and then they burn them with their melters. Guys, thank you very much for joining me on this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed the chat we've had. I think I've decided I'm picking Norn Emissary, unless you guys think differently. I really think the assimilator is only useful if you're fighting someone with a very large flying army. Yeah, I really just don't think it works too well. I think that the other one's just got way more. But that barbed harpoon thing is insane. Can't believe that. On a 2+, he suffers D6 mortal wounds. Where the hell are you? It's like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Where the hell do you think you're going? Which is not what Scorpion says. Have you ever? Where the hell do you think you're going, sir? And then he gets you with his spear. Thanks. Blah blah. I spoke orc then. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me on this video, and I will see you in the next Warhammery one. Same Warhammer time, same Warhammer place, and we can discuss the orcs and see what we can do to make them the prime fighting army in time for me when I finally get to play again with my good friend. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!